YouTube, it's the Brick Adjuster here with my first ever Lego tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys my step-by-step process of making a Lego stop motion video. So here we go, enjoy! So here's my setup for my stop motion video. We have a tripod over here. We have my digital camera here, my Canon digital camera. We have a couple lights, a couple lamps. And the pieces are over here, and the set we're gonna do is the Ultra Agents Inferno Interception. So this is what I'm looking at when I'm looking through, well, the viewfinder. And normally I'll just press the button there to take a picture. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start with these two gray pieces, and what I usually do is I'll have the camera on a timer, so a 2-second timer. So I'll take a picture and then I'll move it. I like making the pieces move rather than just stacking them on top of each other. I would rather have a remote control though. However, this camera that I have isn't compatible with having a remote control. If I had a DSLR camera, then that would be even better. But yeah, this is what I basically do. So I'm gonna have these guys touch, and then when they touch, I usually make a bubble sound, and that's in the editing part afterwards. And then maybe we'll get them just to kind of turn. So yeah, I just make this stuff up on the fly. I don't have a script or anything. I think 3 Brick Friends was asking me if I have a script for when I make these stop motion videos, but this is basically it. And so I'll get these to turn. Like that. And then maybe we'll get it to slide down, slide down a bit. So if this looks like a long process to you guys, the answer is it is a long process, but it makes the building experience for me a little bit longer and a little bit more fun, especially afterwards when I get to take a look at the finished product, because just looks cool. And also down the road when I take a look at these stop motions, it kind of reminds me of how fun the build was. And so as you can see here, I'm trying to follow these instructions. So still on number 1, but I'm gonna set this up so it looks like what it is on the picture. This guy kind of come in, and usually when I have things fly on top, I'll either use a swoosh sound or a sound of a car skidding. I'm kind of limited in my sound effects, but after doing a bunch, now I think I've done like 25 or 26, I kind of know what sounds I'm gonna use ahead of time. This set only has 313 pieces, so if it was a bigger set, I might have less of these moving things, but since the set is kind of small, I might have just more action going on, so the actual stop motion isn't so short. I'll show you guys the finished product too at the end of this video. And I also want to show you how I edit and how I add the sound, so we'll do that too. This video is primarily for Mardi Gras Man 23, who's been asking me over and over, can you make a tutorial? Giving me suggestions with small sets. But I'll pick this one. I think this one is cool. I want to show a bunch of things. So this is another piece. I'm going to have this guy fly in from the other side. The good thing about this though is even if you make a mistake, since it's stop motion, everything is going so fast, it's hard to pick up. So even if I make a mistake, I can change it, but then won't really notice the difference. So if you guys wanted to try doing this set, go for it. The fun part is there's so many different ways to build it. Like sometimes I don't even follow the sequential order of the instructions. The best part is when there's when you have to make something maybe 2 times or 4 times. I can set it up so it's like a mirror image, and that's what I like doing. The hard part sometimes is when you have to build on the bottom. I'll try to flip the build upside down, and sometimes it's choppy, sometimes it works out. Yeah, this might be tough to turn. I might have to stick something underneath. So maybe this white piece here, I'll stick it under. We'll see if you can see it on the camera. That's not bad. So it's lifting up. And I'm gonna put another piece just to make it higher. There we go. And see if this can balance without showing. That's pretty good. And then flop this down. Sometimes too, when I'm making things move, I'll count in my head and I try to make it 8 movements. Just because if it's too short, sometimes you don't even appreciate it on the stop motion because it's so fast. Another thing, just before I go to time lapse, if I want to pick this up, I might take a piece and I'll stick it right in the corner there. So now I can take this off, and if I want to put stuff on it, and then if I want to put it back, I just do like that, and it's back where it ended up off. So the next step is editing, but we have to take the memory card out, stick it on iTunes to transfer it to the iPhone. So here's the memory card, take it out, I put it in here, and then stick it in there. So now that the memory card is in, we go to iTunes here, and so we choose the folder that we want to sync. So I'll go over here, choose folder, and go to the disk, 20, and so choose select folder, and as you can see here, there's 798 photos to sync. So you just go to apply, and now it's syncing. So now we just have to wait for all these photos to sync. So the app I use to edit with would be this one right here, Stop Motion. I think it's called Stop Motion Studios. You just have to go over here and add images. So these are the images that we uploaded. So you go select all. So now it's just gonna copy all the images. So this is a long process, so we'll just pause it right here. So the first thing I usually do is I choose the speed. So if you click that and movie speed, I just usually switch it to 16 frames per second. That's a good speed that I like. And then if I close this, then I can choose sounds. But so if I move this over, so the first sound I'll put there when it touches. And so if you go to audio, and you'll choose a bubble sound. So it's gonna sound like this. So add a bubble, but then I have to chop it down a bit, just so it's not so big. So the bubble, so that's gonna make a bubble sound. And then when this turns, I might make another sound. So let's choose this sound, like a plop. And again, we have to chop it a little. So let's chop that. Good. So that's gonna plop. And then maybe when this comes downwards like that, we'll make another sound, so like a down sound. So whoop. Audio and down, but we have to chop it some more. So it just makes a sound when it goes down, like that. So see how that goes down? And then when this climbs on, we'll just put another sound here where it plops. So plop. And chop it. There we go. Okay. And then this turns. And then see how this thing flies in? We'll make a car skid sound. So audio, car skid. So that's gonna fly in. So the car skid sounds like this. So, and see if that's long enough. Oh, we have to make it a bit shorter. How's that? It's not bad. Okay, and then turn, and then we'll have this fly in. So when I have things flying in, I usually choose swoosh. So we're swoosh, and swoosh sounds like that. So have it fly in, make this smaller. Okay, let's see if it's a good length. Maybe a little bit longer. Okay, and then this turns, and we'll have it swooshing again, that black piece. So we're swoosh, swoosh, and chop it a little. And so this flies in, maybe a bit shorter. tiny bit more. Okay, and then when it touches, I might make another bubble sound. Here's bubble. Okay. So bubble, and then when it comes down, maybe a plop. So I usually use the same sounds each time. These are the common ones that I like. There, and then this flips over, so maybe we'll make another sound there, door. So I'm not gonna do the whole thing just because it's gonna take forever, but I also want to show you. So yeah, if I double click, the whole thing pops up, so it's easy to go back and forth. But I also want to show you, you can also add music. So see here it says sound effects there. So then this is music. So if you click that, and maybe I'll choose this music, that one. So let's play it. And here, there's no sounds, obviously. But I already have an idea of what I want the sounds to sound like. So that's building there. We have the mirror image that I talked about earlier that I like doing. So if there's two things to build, I just make it a mirror. And then we have walking. I can use footsteps for that. And the tires. It turned out pretty good. Some more wheels. And there we go. So I just finished putting all the sound in the stop motion vid. So what you do next is you press this button over here to export the stop motion video. So here, save to camera roll. So it's gonna be in the camera roll section of the iPhone, and then press share. So now this video will be preparing to be exported to the camera roll. So let me just pause it for now because this takes a while as well. Okay, this is all done. The movie was exported to your camera roll. So press done, and now it's all done. So let me show you all what the finished product is. So this concludes this Lego tutorial for today. This is the Brick Adjuster signing off. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in another video. Bye!